amazing plant someone brought into my office. It gets me thinking a little bit. We had a really great discussion on Facebook last week, and I really want to thank everybody who got involved. When I put up this graphic about discipleship, because one of the statistics coming out of the Flourishing Churches Institute in Alberta is just that flourishing churches, in the broadest sense of the word flourishing, typically have some kind of intentional discipleship process built into the life of their church. And so I put that up, and a great discussion followed about discipleship and its place in our church, especially in the light of some of the statistics that we've been thinking about as Anglicans. And I'm really grateful to everybody who piled into that conversation, because it was passionate, it was engaged, and the more passion there is, the more engaged we all are with the discussions in our church. And in fact, there's a wide discussion across the Canadian church, so it's a very important conversation for us to have. And I thought maybe I should tell you what I actually think about discipleship and faith formation in the church, because it's something I also am very passionate about and love talking about. And I think for me, disciple making and faith formation is something that is both about insiders and outsiders. And I think we need to be clear about that. When we talk about discipleship growth and faith formation for us as Christians, it's not saying that we're inadequate or that we don't have enough, but that this faith is so rich that we can never stop growing in it, that we can never stop exploring it. And that's why I think finding places for us in the life of our congregations to grow as Christians, to find out more about our faith, to learn new ways of praying, to learn more ways to get the richness out of the scriptures, and also to serve together are really important components that sometimes we've been lacking in our faith communities. But if we want to have vibrant, growing, healthy faith communities, it means that we recognize that we're on a lifelong journey that is the journey of being a Christian, of being a disciple of our Lord Jesus Christ. And that involves things like worship and the liturgy and Eucharist, but it's bigger than that as well. And that's one of the reasons why we're really excited to offer the Revive program here in this diocese, because that's one way for us as Christians to nourish our souls, to nourish our walk with God. But disciple making is also about the people who are not in our faith communities. And that's also a discussion we have to have, because we need to ask ourselves if we think the gospel that we share and the faith that we share is something that is worth sharing with others.
So Neil, what are some of your favorite models of discipleship?
Well, there are a number of different ways we grow as disciples. I think one model is just conversational, relational discipleship, that we are willing to share as Christians our faith with each other, and that we're willing to serve with each other. I think that's a really great aspect of discipleship. It's just about being Christian together. In the medieval monastic tradition I studied, you have a novitiate. No one thought that the monks were fully formed upon arrival. It was a lifetime of formation. There are a lot of different models for discipleship that work for different people. Like a plant. Not every plant needs a lot of water. Some need very little water. Some plants respond well to light, others prefer shade. And it's the same thing with discipleship. It's not one model for everybody. Sunday morning worship is one model that helps a lot of people. Many of us have been formed by Sunday morning liturgies, but not everybody. And that's why we have fresh expressions of church. And let's use this Lent to dig deep into the soil of our faith and think about how we can share that with others.
So exciting. Thanks.
It is. Bye, everyone.